Hello and welcome to SANPoint Institute Belagavi. This is Priyanka. So I am making this video after a long gap. So ಎಷ್ಟೋ ದಿವಸ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ನಾನು ಏನು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. But today I just wanted to discuss some 2-3 points with you guys. So that is the reason I am making this video. So very first thing is, in my earlier lecture I had solved around 20 MCQs from the subject environmental studies. Okay, and in today's video I will be discussing around 15 questions from the same subject so that you will get exposed to more number of questions. So this is what we will be doing. And the next point here is, very soon I will be conducting an interactive session with assistant executive engineer who is working in Belgaum. So I will be discussing certain opportunities and what the problems the student community are facing, that to especially civil engineering student community. And later I will be uploading that video in our channel. So what I want to say from this is, ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನೋ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವಲ್ಲ, career confusions or with respect to the government exams or with respect to any of the jobs and all, so you just leave those questions in the comment section so that I can take up those questions when I will be interacting with him. So before starting with the discussion of the environmental engineering MCQs, I want to discuss about the current career aspects with respect to civil engineering. So you are seeing the market crash. The dollar value is getting increased with respect to the rupee. So you can say today it is 78 rupees for $1. So what will happen because of this? Import will get costlier. So what will happen again because of this? Inflation will get increased. And also you should be aware of the news that we are expecting recession very soon. Because you have seen India, US and other countries have increased the interest rate by 0.5%. Okay, so we can expect recession very soon. So recession andrena job cuts and all. So it had happened in the year 2008. So where in the newspaper it would be like, this company has fired these many employees. So it bare ida news irdittu. So we can expect such kind of situation very soon. So idella what is happening in general. But very specifically when we talk with respect to civil engineering, the situation is still bad when we talk with respect to government exams. So you guys or we, everyone are waiting for PWD results. We are still waiting, and the story we are hearing of PWD since 3.5 years, and still we are not getting the results of this exam. So we have been waiting and we are not sure about the future, about the career, and most of the students are confused with the career path. So you guys are calling me and you are asking like, ma'am navina ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿವಸ ತೋದಬೇಕ್ರಿ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗೆ ತೋದಬೇಕ್ರಿ. So we are very much uncertain about what is happening with us. So what we have to do in such kind of situations? So you guys discuss with me, you guys are discussing with your friends, with your seniors, and you are feeling really bad. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋಲು, ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರವಾಲು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ? ಸೊ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಅನ್ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಬ್ಲರಿ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಐ ನೋ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ, ದೆನ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಸ್ಪಿರೆಂಟ್, ನೋ ಡೌಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಎ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗಾದರೂ ವೆನ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಎ ಫೇಲ್ಸ್, ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ. So whatever you say, if you are doing a business or if you are trying to find any of the jobs, always we think of the second option for the future safety. So from this what I want to say is, whatever the career paths are there, shortlist all those career paths and discuss with the experts with respect to those career paths, and then take the decision or keep your plan B ready always. Okay, and most of the civil and mechanical engineering students, what you guys are doing is, you are attending or you are getting trained in certain testing courses like software testing courses and all, and you are joining software companies. So there is no wrong in that. So yes, this is also a very good plan B. But most of the students ಏನು ಮಾಡಾಕ್ತಾರೋ, like my friend is doing this course, so I will also do. So before that what you should do is, think of what you will be in this particular software field after 5 years, where you will be after 10 years, what salary you can expect then. Because see, career path, if you are starting your career at the age of 22 or 24, so at least you should be able to work till the age of 50-55. So our type of career path choose madri. Because if you enter in one field it's very difficult to change that field again, because experience matters in all the fields these days. And one more thing is competition is there everywhere. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೇನು ಅನ್ಸೈತಿ, ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಯಾವ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ದಾಗ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲರಿ, ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತನೂ. ನೋ, ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್. ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಯು ಹೌ ಯು ಪಿಕ್ ದ ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ಸಿ ಮೆನಿ ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಡೋರ್. ಈಗ WRD ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರೇನಂದ್ರು, ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಾನು PWD ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಹಾಕೋನು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ವೈ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಈಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ aspirant, devote the 6 months time for the preparation. Civil engineering technical syllabus as well as general studies syllabus. So if you seriously prepare for 6 months, that is more than enough. And if you don't get any notifications or if there are no any exam dates announced, then go for plan B. Whatever it is, whatever the plan you have, either business or job, go for plan B, because you have studied all the subjects thoroughly. And ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಾಗ್ತಾನೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಷಿಯಲ್ ಓದೋದು, PDF ಓದೋದು, ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜಾಬ್, that time you should have, because that time you will not be having much time to do the entire syllabus study again. That time you can do just a revision. So how properly, how thoroughly you have studied for 6 months, that plays very much major role during the revision part. Okay, so astumade you go for the other jobs. Either you do software testing, or you join your parental business, or you go for higher studies, MTech, MS, MBA. You do whatever you want. But if plan A is your government job, then devote your time for this for 6 months and then go. Because most of the students ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, if plan A ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you will be deciding. But when you are preparing any of the subject, so the difficult ಅನಿಸ್ತಂದ್ರೆ you start thinking of plan B, like you will enter in the different world. Because I know you will lose the concentration after few days. So that's the reason you have to make your mind for 6 months. That time you should not think of any of the distractions. Because I always tell that time and tide waits for none. See, recession will happen, job cuts will happen, inflation will happen. So that time ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗ. Time will not pause a minute, not for an hour, not for a day, not for a month, not for a year. Every second, see now you are watching my video. So every second the time is moving. Every second the things are getting past. So time will wait for none. So we have to chase the time. We have to be with the time by thinking of all these various opportunities. So in my earlier videos also I had told, if you get confused with any of these things, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕರಿಯರ್ ಪಾತ್ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮೀ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಅವೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್. So definitely whatever the piece of advice we will be giving, we will see to it that you will get the best inputs for your career. So when there are more problems, so there will be more opportunities. So other sambandha, you should be very much optimistic and try finding the best opportunity, that is try finding the best solution for whatever the problems are there currently. Okay, so again I am telling, if you get confused, call me straight away and discuss with me. All right, so now let's discuss few questions on environmental studies subject. Which color is used for radiation hazards? So we have studied in the environmental engineering also that different types of the waste represents the different colors for the proper classification and for the proper treatment methodologies. Like the waste represents red color, green color, yellow color, purple color and all. ಈಗ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಹಜಾರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವ ಕಲರ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ, ಎಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಪರ್ಪಲ್ ಕಲರ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. Next question. One carbon credit is accepted as equivalent of, andre enidradu meaning, one carbon credit is equal to what at question kelaru. So here the correct answer is 1000 kg of carbon dioxide, that is 1 ton of carbon dioxide. So now let's understand what is the meaning of this actually. So this is very interesting concept. Carbon credit anodu very interesting concept aiti. I am not sure whether you are aware of this or whether you are hearing this term for the first time. So carbon credit andraina, first thing what you have to remember is it is 1 ton of the carbon dioxide emitted in the atmosphere or 1000 kg. So it can be either carbon dioxide or it can be either combination of any greenhouse gases. So when we talk about the carbon credit, there are two terms. One term is called as cap. Another term is called as trade. So cap and trade concept antu now. Ee cap andre ena maximum value. Every country ge whoever are there in this scheme. So every country ge one higher value kottaroru. Like this country can produce these many tons of carbon dioxide only per year, not more than this. So more than this andra fine bidadite avrige. Okay, so this is called as cap. Now let's understand what is the meaning of the term trade. So to understand this trade, let's understand a simple example. If for example India ka 1000 tons of the carbon dioxide produce ಮಾಡೋದು permission ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರು, and assume that this year 900 tons of the carbon dioxide is being emitted from the by the India. So what is the balance? 100 tons of the carbon dioxide is the balance. Okay, so 100 tons is equal to how much? 100 carbon credits. Okay, now with respect to this one. So now what India can do is we can trade this 100 carbon credits to the developed countries or to the countries who cannot reduce their carbon dioxide emission. So ಈ 100 carbon credit ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾವು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So they have to pay for that. So because of which what will happen? Our country will earn more money, as well as we will try reducing the emission of the gases in the atmosphere. And as I mentioned, this can be carbon dioxide or any other greenhouse gases. So how we can reduce? By implementing any of the new technologies and all. So adanna ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, we can have the newer or cleaner atmosphere in our country, as well as we can earn more money also. Okay na? So this is what the concept carbon credit mean. So the same thing is explained here. You can read. Okay. So this can be asked even in current affairs part also. So try understanding some more points with respect to carbon credit. Andra yav countries adave idu list olaga, which country has maximum carbon credit in that? So I think mostly China. Okay, so India ಎಷ್ಟು percentage ಐತಿ, US ಎಷ್ಟು percentage ಐತಿ, Australia ಎಷ್ಟು ಐತಿ. Try remembering all those statistics. Fine. Next, what percentage of oxygen and carbon dioxide exists in the atmosphere? So ಈಗ ನಮ್ದು current ecosystem or atmosphere ಒಳಗ ಎಷ್ಟು percentage of oxygen carbon dioxide ಐತಿ? Yes, so it is 20.9% of the oxygen and 0.03% of the carbon dioxide. You can see here pink color. Okay, remember this statistics. The natural residence of every organism is known as. So one organism one particular location ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ತಾವು. Like camels lives in deserts. Okay, some grasshoppers and all live in grasslands. Aquatic life lives in the ocean or lakes, like water ecosystem. Animals and all, they live in forest. Okay, so that is called as the natural residence. So this is also known as habitat. Fine. So here all the definitions are explained. So you can read all the definitions. So even I have covered all of them while explaining this particular subject. In which of the following conference, following principle highlighted, polluter pays the principal? So you know, like many conferences were conducted considering the climate change, global warming, environmental pollution, and how each country can reduce or can contribute in the development of the environment. So ಯಾವ ಕಾನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗ ಮೇನ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಲೈಕ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಪೇಸ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ if for example ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ like if you see if one country is exporting oil or something through a ship, okay, then if that gets explode or if the oil gets leaked in the ocean, so that time that should be cleaned completely. That company, the transport company, should clean completely, or they have to pay the money for the people who got affected from that. So this is concept is called as polluter pays. Andra ಯಾರು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ. So this principle was mainly targeted in Rio conference which was conducted in the year 1992. Okay, so you can read few points with respect to this particular conference. Next question. Which is the most recent pronouncements of the government's commitments to improving environmental conditions? So ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರಿದು environmental conditions improve ಮಾಡೋ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಯಾವ policy came into effect? So it was National Environmental Policy, that is NEP, which was launched in the year 2006. Next, Ringelmann scale is used to measure the density of what? So here it is used to measure the density of smoke. Okay, so let's understand what is this. From industries, from vehicles and all, you see lot of smoke getting emitted in the atmosphere. So they will compare the color of that, the density, the thickness of that with respect to the 1 to 5 scale. Okay, so e color match akkitandra smoke, so it is 1. So adarkinta jasti idra 2, adarkinta jasti, and when it comes to 5 scale it is 100%. So the meaning of here 100% is completely opaque. Okay, like you can see here opacities. Opaque ಅಂದ್ರೇನ ಏನು ಕಾಣುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು thick pollution ಐತಿ. But when it is 20%, it is little visible. It is ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ visibility, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ zero visibility. So this concept was given by Ringelmann, and mainly it is used to measure the density of the smoke, that is the nearness of the smoke particles in a particular area. This is called as density. Next, stone cancer of Taj Mahal is primarily due to the pollution from. So we had studied in air pollution as well as we had studied even the what we call it as a case study, okay, of Taj Mahal pollution. So what was the main reason for that? It was because of the emission from the Mathura refinery. So you know Mathura is very close to Agra. So oil refinery dintra ಏನ್ gas emit ಆಕೈತಲ್ಲ, because of which the Taj Mahal color is getting depleted or it is getting darkened, something like this. So earlier it was like this, but now the color of Taj Mahal is like this. So this is called as this term is, or this process or phenomena is named as marble cancer. The environmental Kuznets curve EKC shows the relationship between per capita GDP and environmental loss. So what is the shape of this particular curve? Either the shape hengati. So the shape of this is inverted U. You can see here. It is inverted U. So the x-axis here shows the GDP of any particular country, and y-axis shows that the level of environmental degradation. So idrolage ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ನಮ್ದು income ಹೆಚ್ಚಾದಂಗ environmental pollution also gets increased. That is degradation increases because of the industrialization and all increases. But when it reaches certain point, it will reach the peak. So where the environmental degradation is maximum, but GDP is something like this. And after this point, what happens is GDP keeps increasing, but the environmental degradation or the pollution keeps reducing. So this is what this curve represents. But this is a debatable theory, like it 100% prove akkait annodilla, because when the profit or when the income of any particular country increases, obviously the level of environmental degradation also increases. So we have studied in the chapters of this subject like the developed countries itself contribute a lot in the factors which increases the world pollution. So that's the reason this is the debatable concept. Like it correct follow akaito illo annodu we are not sure. Next, EIA is defined as, so EIA andrena environmental impact assessment. So andre ena, so if you see all the options here, the correct answer is option A. That is, it is the process of identifying, predicting and evaluating the impacts of a proposed project. So ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಾರೋ ಅಥವಾ ಡ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಾರೋ or highway in the forest area and all. So whatever the evaluation of the impact of that of a new project is done, so that is called as environmental impact assessment, so which is a mandatory process before the start of any particular project. Green muffler is related to, so I'm not sure whether you have heard this term, so it is related to noise pollution actually. Okay, that is with respect to the reduction of the noise pollution. So here what they will do is they will plant the rows of the trees of around 4 to 6 rows of the trees which break the noise, and because of which the noise pollution gets reduced. And most commonly the type of the plants used are Ashoka plant as well as the neem plant. Next, a nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Okay, forests are the lungs of our land, purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people. So yaar helar idna? So this was told by Franklin D. Roosevelt. So he was 32nd American president. So even currently also Sadhguru is behind this save soil concept. So if we don't protect the soil, then we will be losing all the vegetation. Okay. What is negative soil pollution? So negative soil pollution andrena? So it indicates a reduction in the soil productivity due to erosion and overuse of the soil. So this is called as negative soil pollution. So ನಿಮಗೆ subject easy ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಿರಬಹುದು, but these are all the new concepts. Okay, so that is the reason I told you you have to study this subject thoroughly. It is not at all a difficult subject. There are no numericals, nothing. Very simple, but all these terms are new and you can expect a lot of questions from this subject in upcoming RWS exam. And whatever the video lectures I have uploaded with respect to this particular subject in our channel, SANPoint on Stream YouTube channel, they are hardly 2 to 3% of the entire syllabus. So the entire syllabus of this is available in our onstream.sanpoint.co.in portal. Let me write here. So this is onstream.sanpoint.co.in. You will find the link given in description also. Just click that link. You will see all the details about this. Okay. In coal-fired power plant, electrostatic precipitators are installed to control the emission of what? Okay, so you should have studied about the electrostatic precipitators, which works on the concept of the opposite charges attraction. So usually power plant or coal use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ as the source of the heat supply. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ suspended particulate matter, that is very fine particles, are liberated into the atmosphere. So as to reduce or remove the suspended soil particles from the atmosphere, we use electrostatic precipitators.